So you're saying about the anonymity set. I think that's kind of interesting because that'll maybe help people. Let's say if they're trying to get into privacy projects and anonymity. Obviously, it's helpful to know these things because then you can kind of like weed out the ones that you don't want to use because they have a bad anonymity set. So the essentially it's the amount of transactions you were saying that you mixed in with, right? So if it's got a set of 10, that means your one transaction is thrown in amongst another 10, right? Or is there another 9? Are you the 10th?
Could be the 10th, like depends
Okay.
on the implementation.
Mm.
Like for example, Monero, it's similar in that ring signatures are similar in that they're also using these like these mix-ins. So in a way, you're obfuscating the data with, say 10 other, I think in Monero it's 16 other participants. Um, Whereas, in the paradigm that ZK enables, we're actually breaking the link. So we go beyond obfuscation, and we achieve this state, like what we would call, we achieve the property of anonymity. For our definition of anonymity that we use is basically that link between sender receiver is completely severed. So like a thing is anonymous when the link between inputs and outputs is broken. And that's what Zcash achieves, and that's also what DarkFi is doing in this more kind of generalized setting of zero knowledge smart contracts. And it's worth noting also that we use zero knowledge, but we also plan to support other techniques within our tool chain. So we want to make it so that developers can program apps that use multi-party computation, or different kinds of anonymity and privacy techniques to build like more holistic privacy, and also to extend the possible engineering space. Because zero knowledge is very cool, it's very powerful. We can talk more about specifics of what it is, but it's also restricted. Like there's certain things. It works really, really well in like a peer-to-peer context where you have a prover and a verifier. But as soon as you have like a set of people that need to all like compute a shared state, that's when you start to having to look at like multi-party computation and extending ZK with other techniques.
Okay. Yeah, I'm glad you expanded upon that, and that was I think that's a good sort of simple way to see the difference between what you're doing and the kind of traditional way that things have been done, and that's sort of obfuscation versus breaking the link. So they're not so what you're doing is breaking the link, as opposed to just kind of hiding amongst other things, the obfuscating. I think that's a good like a simple distinction for people to understand.